Okay, Nick and Andy, Argentina against Colombia, epic Copa America final in Miami this weekend. Obviously, Argentina looking to go back-to-back. Colombia, the great entertainers of this tournament, have been sensational to watch. Nick Mendola, what are you most looking forward to as Messi and co try and repeat and win that Copa America trophy again?
The atmosphere. I wish I could be there. It's going, and even in light of some of the unfortunate things that have happened, the electricity. Also, it's going to sound silly because he's obviously a Barcelona boy from Argentina, but it's a home game for Messi too, right? Like to have this happening as it does, to have the potential to pull off I still look with such reverence on 2008, 2010, 2012 to sandwich two trophies around another by Spain. For Argentina to have a chance to do this in a tournament, I mean, CONMEBOL tournaments are, you do not get to dodge quality opposition. There is no, oh, what a fairy tale draw. There are good draws and bad draws, but Argentina's had that to this point, though. So that's the thing. It's going to be colorful. It's going to be loud. And how do you pick a favorite between the team that's looked better than everybody else and the team that just doesn't lose big games forever?
Yeah, it's really true. We said about this before the semi-finals, Andy. It's kind of like a business trip has gone exactly as expected for Argentina. But this is the biggest test, as Nick mentioned there, so far. They almost have, no respect to the other teams, not been tested on this level in this tournament. So we're not quite sure where Argentina are at right now. So it's a tough one for me to kind of call this game because you're going up against a team in great form in Colombia who are absolutely flowing with confidence in the final third. But I guess the big factor and why Argentina have won the last Copa America, won the last World Cup, and in the final of this Copa America is because defensively they're solid, and then they give themselves a chance to create and score goals with all their great attacking players. So do we think that Argentina are going to be stretched and be a little bit run ragged by this Colombia side?
They will be in periods of the game. This is going to be because of the clash of tempos, not even of styles, but the tempos that these two teams want to play with. There will be periods where it's run and gun. It's real fast up and down. Argentina are going to hate that, and Colombia are going to thrive. And if they can score in one of those periods, obviously it completely changes the game. Argentina, like you say, Joe, defensively very solid and just responsible and performing all the defensive duties. To me, I think those things kind of cancel each other out because each team is going to have periods. To me, the biggest question is something that we've not seen at this tournament. Will we see it in the final? Is Messi going to have a Messi type of game? He's not had to this point. To Argentina's credit, they have learned to win without Lionel Messi doing everything for them as he had to do a decade ago in multiple Copa America finals. But I think in a game like this, to win it, he might have to one time in a tournament. He just got his first goal there in the semifinal, and it was the least ceremonious goal that Lionel Messi's ever scored probably in his career. And so that is the thing that I'm most looking forward to and interested in seeing is, does Messi show up, like Nick says, in his home city now and have a Messi game? Because that's the thing that I think can take this tournament over the top is, we've had some great stories and we've had some crazy entertaining games, but we've not had a signature moment yet, I don't think. And Messi in the final could obviously provide that.
Well, a great problem to have. You reach the final of a major tournament and you have the greatest player in the history of the world just like hanging out. He's probably going to do something for us at some point. We'll just keep him in there. But for Colombia, Nick, I mean, incredible unbeaten run, 28 games unbeaten that they're on. And I guess my only issue is, are they going to recover in time? Obviously, had that really intense game against Uruguay, played down a man for over half of that, obviously a day's less rest. But with Luis Diaz up top, just running all over the place and causing havoc, and James just looking back to peak James Rodriguez that we saw way back in the 2014 World Cup with his assists and his passing and just dictating it. We talked about this with England a little bit. It's just kind of like Colombia, just everything's aligning right now for them at this tournament in perfect fashion, perfect timing. But this is Argentina. This is a huge test for them.
It is. There is a period of time that we're still in with Colombia on this long winning streak, unbeaten streak, I should say, that you want to see your team after heartbreak, after missing a World Cup by a point, making a World Cup, not even qualifying, and we've lived this as the United States, to come out and just take it by the scruff of the neck, as you guys say over there. And for about a month, with the exception of the Brazil game, which was a brawl, there just hasn't been a question of who was going to score. And I've been in a locker room before. I've been with a team before, and I've heard a coach say, "We know we're going to score. Let's do our best to shut the other team down." That's the vibe I get from them. They know they're going to score. They can go into their room and say, "Hey, Messi might get one, Lautaro might get one. I think we're going to get 3. I think we're going to get 4." And so you are going to have a hard time, with the exception of the fact that Argentina's been in so many of these games, with telling me that Colombia isn't perhaps the more dangerous team right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're the top goal scorers at the tournament, right? Score way more goals than Argentina, so they're absolutely flying. What I loved about them against Uruguay was that we saw that defensive solidity, right, Andy, which gives you the belief that they could pull this off against Argentina, because they had to play, obviously, because of the red card, it was forced upon them, but they had to still play in a very different way, and they still got the job done against Uruguay. I've been very impressive and tested them. And Argentina's probably a little bit more like Uruguay, the way they play right now in certain situations, and given the defensive solidity. So just your thoughts on that, and I guess your thoughts on Messi, Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez, Di Maria, Enzo Fernandez. It seems like Argentina could just have a bit too much to overwhelm Colombia, but this is a really, really even matchup when you actually look at it on paper.
Yeah, you mentioned Colombia holding on defensively against Uruguay. They didn't just hold on; they were the likelier team to score at multiple points in the second half as well. And so the confidence and the belief that's been instilled in them to still go for it in that moment, with the numbers stacked against them, it's just, I don't know. We talked already this week about England a little bit, and is this maybe a team of destiny? Colombia really have that feel to me at this tournament. Obviously, you've got the unbeaten run, and you've got such a distinct way of playing that they've done it with as well. And as difficult as it is for Argentina to be, they're not going to be an underdog in this, but in the public opinion, the rooting interest for people to not root for Argentina at this point, I feel like it would take something really special. And maybe Colombia has a little bit of that, because how can you watch the way that they play and the way that the stadium is so involved in the game as well, with those bright yellow shirts? It's going to be an incredible clash of the sky blue and the bright yellow down there. I'll be interested to see what the split inside of Hard Rock Stadium is, but it's just, I don't know. This is the perfect ideal final, I think, that you want for this competition. The fact that it's here on home soil. Or on home soil for the U.S. It's just, I don't know. This has been a thrilling tournament to me, and I hope that South America continues to have some of the guest nations from CONCACAF join it in the future, and continue to grow it the way that this tournament has. But let's play it down in South America next time. I would love for that experience.
Oh yeah, that would be incredible. And also, Colombia obviously have only ever won once before in their history, so got to the latter stages a lot of the time, but this is a huge moment for them. And prediction-wise, Nick, I think probably like 60-40 in terms of Argentina, most people would be. But does that feel about right? And what are your score predictions?
Yeah, I've been torn on this. I've been flip-flopping through the course of this conversation. I mean, how do you choose between Davinson Sanchez and Christian Romero, Andy? I just don't know. No, two Tottenham guys. Rodrigo de Paul has been a force. The other names on this team, when you really read down the roster, it's vibes against experience. And I have a hard time picking against Argentina. They've defended really well too. I know they haven't played a ton of teams. So with apologies to our many friends with those cafeteros, I would say I like Argentina here. And I might just say 1-0.
Yeah. I'm going to go 2-1 to Argentina. I think they just might be after extra time. I think it's going to be a really back and forth battle. I think they're going to need, like we said, Messi to come up with something special, one of their big players to come up with something special to beat this Colombia side. But I can't look past the last couple of major tournaments where they've got it done in the World Cup and Copa America. And the only question mark I have is that they haven't really had to get out of second gear throughout this entire tournament. And does it take them a while to do that in this final? And that could leave an opportunity here for Colombia. But Andy, what are you going for, mate?
Yeah, it'll be a little slower pace than Colombia has been comfortable playing, and I think that makes James a little bit more ineffective. I think Argentina better defending set pieces, and might not give him a 7th or 8th assist in this tournament. It's just some of the strengths of what Colombia have done kind of come up against some strengths that Argentina have long held, and so that typically doesn't fare well for a team like Colombia. So I'm going to go 1-0 as well, but a coin flip. One chance, one early moment could completely change this game. So I'll take Argentina 1-0, but I'm not convinced of it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So tactical. The Copa America final, Argentina against Colombia. Head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com where how to watch information, live analysis, reaction, and much more from down in Miami. What a finale to this incredible tournament across the US this summer. Can Lionel Messi and Argentina finish the job, or James Rodriguez and Colombia cause a huge shock and win Copa America?
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.